We had a windstorm come through last night, and it dumped a whole bunch of pine needles, and it blew around a bunch of the compost and the hay and everything else. So right back to square one raking. These two guys have been playing pretty good. Mr. Peanut and Mr. Ozzy, they've been having a little head button competition this morning. Nothing rough, but stark contrast between the Nigerian dwarf and the alpine wither. So pretty big. Oh yeah, look at that dance. Good boy, Peanut. Not really getting Ozzy too excited about much. Pepper's up in the feeder. He's enjoying himself. Hi, Mr. Peanut. What are you up to, huh? You're feeling wily. Arabelle's over here eating a tree, of course. And then we have Wednesday. She's doing her thing. Jolene's in luxury mode right now, so she's kicked back and having a good old time. Hey, Kirby, Happy New Year. I've been trying to pop back on here. We've been so busy on Facebook. Facebook's just exploded for us, and with the way that YouTube silences stuff and takes stuff away, we're monetized over there super fast, and so we've been putting a lot of effort there and doing our thing. But we're definitely in the throes of winter, except we don't have any snow. So our snow seems to be fleeting this year. We're supposed to get some tonight. We had some last week, and so we got about 9 inches overnight one night, but just not enough quite to really get a lot of stuff, a lot of snow on the ground. We're desperately in need of snowpack. So here goes Sharon and Arabelle. They're getting wily. So we got a breeding buck on the property. That's Peanut right there. He's on lease for 60 days. He's already went through one estrus cycle, and so we know for a fact he got with all 4 girls. So Sharon, she'll have mini alpines, at least one. Arabelle, she should produce some kids too. And Wednesday and Winona are 2 milkers. They're doing pretty good. So we're plugging along out here. So I'll have to try to get back on your lives and everything else. It's been just so busy. We've been doing a lot of work out here on the farm, and just trying to do what we can. We built this little IBC feeder out of IBC tote. Found some plans online, took a Sawzall to it, cut it out. It was done in about 20 minutes. And we fling a whole bale up in there. It didn't cost a thing. We got it for free. And, we're pretty happy with it. So the goats love it. Pepper fits down in the bottom. So he likes to roost up in there and do his thing. And then we got some rabbits now. So these guys are kind of doing their thing. They've been just hanging out. We got a couple bucks over in our garage that we haven't put in with them yet. I got some more nest boxes to build and everything else, but we got 3 rabbits in there. One has decided to actually climb all the way on top, and I don't know how she did it, but I'll probably get them some more feed here soon, and we'll have that going. So turkeys, probably the last time we had 3. We ate one for Thanksgiving. That was pretty good. It was nice to have that fresh turkey. But these guys are breeders, so we're just kind of letting them roll with what they got. We got some coop work to do for these guys. They just tear up everything. So we got a call out to a local tree service to get as many yards of wood chips as we possibly can for free. And they'll all be lodgepole and ponderosa pine chips. So if we can get those, everything in the barnyard's going to get covered. So we're up to take, upwards of 100 plus yards of wood chips just to make sure that we cover everything and get a good thick layer down. So we're going to be doing that. We got to swap out for deep bedding in the barn. So that's going to be another project we got coming up. We do have our Arctic temperatures that are kind of coming and showing. So we've had nights where it's down to 10 degrees, and but the goats seem to be doing fine. They all tuck into the barn. We got a really good deal on a ton of orchard grass, and so we stocked up on that, and it's been working out really good. The goats have been loving it. Corner feeders are working good. Grizzly, good morning. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you popping in. Just doing a little live here on the farm this morning, showing the growth on our goats and everything else. We haven't really been doing a lot of YouTube. Seemed like we were posting stuff up and it would get pulled down for whatever reason, even with original audio. And so we just had to kind of back off and say, okay, well, does YouTube think we're spam? Do they think we're fake? Do they think we're from a foreign country? No, I don't know. It's been really weird. Yeah, I kind of figured you're always busy, Kirby. I totally get it. So, but yeah, we've been trying to work on a lot of stuff, and so over on Facebook, we've almost broke 3,000 followers over there, and we've had a few folks from Facebook migrate over this direction, and now Facebook, like anything else, changed its logarithm, and it's been kind of weird. So we're trying to grow out more social media platforms and everything else. We hope to get our articles of incorporation this year. Here in Oregon, it's very difficult to be a farmer. There's a lot of laws in place, especially surrounding food safety. And I get it. We have to keep food safe for everybody that wants to buy it. But we also have a lot of other stuff that doesn't necessarily make sense. And so we've started working with some of our other local farms around here. And we're starting to kind of sort of discuss like a cooperative, just so that we have a little bit more financial power. And that way we can start going to market with some of our farm products that we grow. Thank you, Grizzly. Yeah, these guys are great. We're actually going to get back one of our doelings that we kitted out this year from a person that had got one, and she doesn't want her anymore. She's not bad. She just doesn't want goats anymore. So she's coming back, and so that's Pepper's sister. Her name's Nutmeg. So we'll have Nutmeg back. She's about 7 months old, probably about the same size as Peppercorn here. And so we'll have another doe on the farm. Does are like gold. We're hoping in this kidding session that this girl can drop quite a few. She's a great milker. If you take a close look at her teats there, I mean, she's got just the perfect teats, and she fills up full of milk, and she's such a good girl on the stand. But she's a very one-person goat, and she's just a little girl. So hi, Winona. She's an old girl too. She's 5 this year. So she's a fully matured Nigerian dwarf doe. She's went through multiple kiddings, and she's a great mom. Her babies are always very strong, and she's not registered. She's not one of the Bouger goats or anything like that. She's just a good old farm goat, and we love her that way. So she's doing pretty good. I think hopefully Mr. Peanut, wherever he's at, Mr. Stinky Boy, that likes to pee all over himself and make a bunch of funny noises. This guy, he's doing his job the right way. Come on, Peanut. He gets a little spooky. Okay. Come on, buddy. You got yourself stuck, and you smell horrible. If I could push the smell of this buck out on YouTube, you'd say, why do you have that animal on your farm? But he's such a good-looking boy. Besides, he broke his horns ramming his brother, getting into a sparring match over the does on his home farm. Outside of that, I'd say you're a pretty good-looking boy, huh? We really liked his color pattern, especially with the prospect of creating mini alpines with this girl here. Sharon, really? You're going to chew on the metal handle. You're a silly girl, aren't you? Is there something tasty on there, girl? Rust? Yeah. Anyways, the prospect of the mini alpines coming out of this girl with those colors, we're really excited about that. And by the time she kids out, she's going to be close to 1. And so we didn't go with a full-size buck this year because she is so small still. It would just make kidding really hard. Yeah, Grizzly, it's fun to have the goats. I mean, they do take a lot of work. We got another round of hoof trims coming up. Hi, Arabelle. We have another round of hoof trims coming up. So that's always like a pretty major workout. Peanut, You're not escaping. Those dogs are out there. So we're gonna have to trim hooves. This big boy here, he's a pretty gentle boy. He definitely has his dreamy spot right here. He loves to have scratched, and he's growing out really well. His back form looks really good, and he's definitely got a good hoof build. He's very thick in his shanks and his rear quarter, and so we're pretty happy with him. So we may get another wether for more packing, but he's pretty solid. We're looking at goat wagons also. I think I mentioned that yesterday. I went live yesterday. I don't know who's on here from yesterday's live. I think Grizzly, you were on yesterday's live, but we're going to look at a wagon for him to tow around. Nobody needs a tractor when you got a goat like that. So we're going to get one of those. I've seen historic photos and I've seen actual people, and you bridle them like a horse, and you teach them how to steer. You kind of coax them with treats, and they'll go right along with you. And he's big and strong, and we have some more forestry work to do out here. Hi, Wednesday. This is our other milking doe. She's like, nope, don't touch me. She may go away from the farm because she's kind of jumpy on a stand. We just can't get her to break from kicking and all that. But anyways, going back to the forestry work, I have trees flagged out there that have they need to come down, and they're not super big or anything like that, but it'd be nice to put Ozzy to work and use them kind of like a logging mule, and cut these trees down, get them skinned up, limb them, and then have him haul them around to the wood pile, and that way we can throw them up in the bucking horse and cut those up. So we still have a little bit of thinning to do, and we got a couple more trees we're going to take out. Like these lodge poles around here, they're kind of reprod. This area was all clear cut of all of its ponderosa, and if you look at the history of Central Oregon, they made like pine shipping crates out of a lot of it, which seems like a waste to us now, but they were used prevalently. And so this is all replanted lodgepole pine, which isn't native to here, but we're keeping as many as we can, especially the larger ones, because they provide a lot of shade and overhead predator protection. But the goats are ringing them, and so we're going to take these out. We took out a bunch of stumps earlier in the year. Yeah, it's always funny with all of our goats. We're going to start pricing them higher, and hopefully, if we know the goat's going to a good home now, it's not so much an issue. Like, especially if we don't have a specific use. If it's a wether or a buck or something like that, but we're going to start pricing our goats a little bit higher, and it's just to mitigate some of the issues that you get. People that are like, oh, I want to get a couple baby goats, and then they get goats and they don't build strong enough fence, and the goats break the fence, and we've dealt with that. And then we went up to heavier gauge wire, sturdier posts, concrete in the ground, and now we don't have an issue. But we also put in all the goat furniture. We put in spools, we put in little ramps, the tower, all that kind of stuff, and we've mitigated a ton of the escapement issues because now they're better entertained, and it's just a learning process on a lot of it. But we're going to probably start pricing some of our goats higher, especially once Sharon kid's out. We're going to be doing some stuff. Grizzly, have a good day. Thanks for stopping by. So that's one of our things. So we'll start selling livestock, but we're going to be pretty selective about it. If Sharon has any does in her first freshening, that little black and white goat with the black socks right there, if she has any does, we're keeping those. We love our Nigerian dwarves, but the prospect of having a larger milking breed kind of in that mid-range with the mini alpine is very exciting for us. We're really pushing towards complete self-sufficiency out here. And gardening is tricky at best. We're classified in USDA Zone 6, but we're truly a Zone 3 because of the Arctic conditions. Neighbor dog's over there. She doesn't hurt any of the chickens. She just comes up and visits them at the fence. Otherwise, these two would be going nuts, and that one out there would be going nuts. So, but Stacy over there, he's been doing a good job. We did hatch a bunch of chicks. So we don't have a huge incubator. So when I say a bunch for us, 6 out of the 7 eggs hatched. So Stacy's doing a good job. We got a mix of white Brahmins from that white girl right there with the black copper Moran. And then we have a couple copper Moran hens that we got a good mix from too. Mainly that girl up top there. And so Stacy's been doing an excellent job. We got Foghorn over there up in their chicken penthouse, and they're hanging out, sunning themselves. They got their scratch out here and some leftover pumpkin, and they're enjoying life to its fullest. We expanded out the run, as you can see, so now the run has a whole bunch more square footage. So we don't feel as bad if they don't get out in free range as much, but they do have a lot of cover protection from predators with that penthouse. Hey, crazy chicken lady, thanks. I've been, earlier in the live, I was telling people that we've been so busy on Facebook because we're monetized there and we're growing like crazy over there that I haven't really put a lot of time in over here on YouTube. So this year we're trying to make more of a concerted effort between my wife and I to split up the social media duties and make sure that we get everything out. So yeah, the flock is going to grow exponentially. We just got a silkie. So she's still pretty young. And we're not going to put her in with our barnyard birds because they're way bigger. We're looking currently for a silkie rooster. My wife wants to start a silkie breeding project, which is like the pinnacle of like chicken insanity. So we're gonna start trying to breed silkies. Not necessarily personally myself. I'm not a fan of those birds, but a lot of people are. They want pet chickens or they like the meat off of them. So whatever people would want to do with silkies, I guess that's what they can do. The meat's considered a delicacy in China. And I've seen a lot of like these foodie people getting silkies and doing all that kind of stuff. Hi, Pep. He's jumping up for love here. Oh, Pep. He sure is turning into a good looking little guy. He's nice and fluffy. And then this guy, every time I bend down, he expects love. Yeah. Oh, I hit the dream spot. See you later, Kirby. I hit the dream spot. And he just wishes he had horns so he could get it himself, but he just can't. Oh, buddy. Such a good boy. And then I got Pepper right here. Up on my knee. Hi, Pep. Hi, buddy. He's just a fluffy little guy. Nice, dense coat. I really... I wish we would have left him intact because he would have made some great babies. But no, I'm glad we didn't because we're getting his sister back, and I don't want to get into straight line breeding. Sharon, thanks for stopping in. Yeah, chicken lady. I'm not going to be eating any of them. That's what Red Rangers and Cornish Cross are for. And jury's out for me on Cornish Cross. I just, I looked at some pictures where, I did some research on them, very little. And like I said, a chicken is a chicken to us, we know the breeds, we know all that stuff, but it's kind of crazy. There's people that are like, oh, I'm going to take the tiniest little, bantam and I'm going to butcher it. And, I'd rather eat quail, to be honest. We butchered all of our Coturnix quail. They ended their laying cycle and they turned into meat. And they were delicious. They were bacon wrapped and broiled. And they were absolutely fantastic. But I think we're going to continue to expand on our chickens instead. Just because the versatility of the birds. And we are, just hatching a lot. So we did some changes with our hatching regimen. And we got a secondary thermometer, basically something that reads out the temperature and humidity more accurately inside the incubator. And we got a very successful hatch. So we're starting to save up eggs now because amazingly, the girls are still laying, the ones that are laying. Those lavender Orpingtons and some of these other ones, they're not laying. They're definitely not laying. They're just too old. And so like our copper Moran there, the hen, the white leghorn, we're getting some really cool mixes. The Barred Rock over there. So we're getting some great mixes. Our Rhode Island Red Roo, he's coming of age. He's still got that croaky teenage crow that he lets loose with. Sounds like somebody's doing some tree work. If you hear the chainsaw in the background, that is not on my property, but somebody's over there probably bucking up firewood. Yeah, we're gonna stick to just the barnyard chickens. That's what we want to do. Just sticking to these guys, raising them. They're so tough. They handle the cold well. They handle the hot well, and they're just straightforward. They're great. All of them are great egg producers. The ones that are producing. Oh, good. You did get some. So we started supplementing feed with black oil sunflower seeds, and then we're doing the Payback layer pellets. Some people just absolutely detest Payback, but that's what's locally available to us for a reasonable price, and our chickens are not having any issues. So that's another reason for the barnyard mixed breeds. You get into a real sensitive breed, and then the feed gets really crazy. But you look at Stacy there. I mean, he is a red hot ripping rooster. So yeah, there he is. Yeah, flare up, Stacy. Show off. Show him how mean you get. But the black oil sunflower seeds were a good protein supplement, and the goats love it too. So I'll come out and I get the feed bucket, and the goats go absolutely nuts. That's when you hear Sharon and Ozzy talk. They're not loud, not like the Nigerians or like a Nubian or something like that, but they'll be over here doing, I call it their moo, because they're like, "Moo." It's funny. But yeah, the girls, they're doing good. The guys in here, they're doing their job. So we're really happy about that. So everybody's doing extremely well. You're trying to figure out how not to lose so much on the little birds. I don't know. There again, I've never personally, in all my chicken experience, I've never been a fan of some of the boutique breeds or like the show breeds, just because our main thing is self-sustenance. But we'll delve into the silky thing and see what happens with it. A lot of people like them for the ornamental, as you know. People like to have silky birds and all that fun stuff, and they're cute, they're adorable, and they're very friendly. If I go over there and try to pick up Stacy, I'm liable to get spurred, and then him and I are going to get into a cage match. So Stacy and I have a mutual understanding of who runs everything around here. So he's kind of a big jerk. So Foghorn over there, that younger rooster, he's just kind of like, man, I'm staying out of it. I'm just going to be with my girls and preen myself and scratch and cluck and try to crow. Pheasants would be cool. We've talked about game birds, pheasants, quail, not the Caturnix. We did that already. I don't mind Caturnix. They're quick turnaround time, quick layers. Their time to meet, all that kind of stuff is good. Pheasants for us, we don't have any kind of game bird raising regulations. I just also know how loud and annoying they get. Not that, we don't have a loud, annoying rooster right there. But it's been one of those things. Oh, you got Fizz the rooster. That's a good rooster name, Stacy. Hey, Stacy, you want to be a Fizz? He's like, nope, I'm going to go over here and be a jerk. Foghorn, what are you doing, dude? Huh? Sometimes I get him to crow on command. Yeah, the pheasants for bird dog training. So I've done that in the past with these guys. Otto, Hazel, come here. I got these two babies, and I went out to a game bird preserve when Hazel was really young, and we got like 10 pheasants, and she had a great time. Great way to train the dogs, non-hobbled. They were just put out. Come here, Hazel. Come here, girl. She's an old girl now. She's 10. She's my bird dog. So, Janessa, yeah, we have Stacy. Long story behind that one. But yeah, these two, they like to go out and hunt and watch. Otto, Hazel, you gonna hunt and watch? What is it? Where's the birds? Where's the birds? Where's the birds? Yeah, good girl. You want bird hunt? Oh, baby girl. And of course, a GSP, German short-haired pointer. These guys are wild animals. She's 10. She acts like she's 1. She's got her little nub going. Don't you, girl? Oh, Hazelnut. I know. It's just a rough life, isn't it? Is this a food issue? Oh. Yeah. All you got to do is say food, and it gets Otto's attention. So difference between the two, bloodlines. She's a field trial dog. She's about 47, 48 pounds. He is a true gun dog. He's probably close to 70 pounds. He's very, but he doesn't look like it, but he is a very big boy. And he's a massive infant, and he's got a huge snout. Otto, come here, buddy. Show everybody how big your snout is. Huh. Yeah, he's got a big snout on him. All the better for smelling the birds. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's only an acre. We got that hideous purple trim on our house. That's going to change next summer. I said I was going to change it this last summer, and then we started building everything for the farm. So this next summer, purple's going bye-bye, and we got some interior work we're going to do. I got the shop over there, got a nice fire going in there, keeping our baby chicks warm, along with the lamp. I know, you poor dog. The interesting thing about these guys is they'll go over and they'll point on the chickens. Yeah, we don't have skunks up here. We have porcupines. And I'm waiting for her. Come here. You are talking to everybody on the internet, aren't you? Yeah, because you're a good girl. You're just a baby. Yeah, you just want love. Yeah. So I imagine this dog coming to me with a big old bristly beard of porcupine quills. Now, Jolene, our LGD, she'll sleep most of the day. Come here, Jojo. Come on. Come here, Joe. She likes to play. She's still got that puppy in her. Hazel will tune her up if she needs to. Sometimes that looks more like a really vicious dog fight. And the funny part is Hazel will grab her by her scruff, and Jolene just sits there and takes it. Oh, Joe, you silly girl. You're a silly girl. Huh, Jojo? Yeah. Oh, Hazel. She's like, you always go in there and you show everybody those goats, but you never show me off, and I'm your first girl, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I always imagine Hazelnut here just absolutely being a, just loaded with porcupine quills, but she's so fast. She's still really fast. If there was a crow or something that went through the yard, good boy, Otto. Otto's like, no, fine. She wants all the attention. Yeah. Otto, are you being a good boy? What are you watching? What are you watching? What are you guys watching? Huh? The birds? Beautiful morning out. And we'll have snow by this afternoon. Clouds are pushing over from the west there. So, and the temperature's dropping. I can feel it. The wind's kicking up, all that. But yeah, no farm's complete without a few farm dogs. And Jolene, she was all muddy. We had some rain. And I see these people, they go do these grooming videos on these Great Pyrenees that are like matted up and everything. And Jolene just comes clean. We brush her, but she just comes clean. And don't ask me how. Apparently they got a self-cleaning coat. And she just stays nice, white, and fluffy like a baby polar bear, huh? Are you a baby polar bear? Oh, Joe, you're a good girl. You're a good girl. Are you a good girl? Yeah. Yeah, crazy winter here. I should have 1.5 feet of snow on the ground right now. Luckily for these guys, that's not the case. Because then I'd have to bring the snowblower back, and I'd have to blow all the snow out of here, and blow a path all the way out here. Huh, Sharon? It just wouldn't be fun for you, huh, girl? Yeah, I didn't get a groom mitt, or one of those hound mitts. We have a curry brush for the short hairs, and they love it. Like, if you want to watch them melt into a puddle, just brush them with that. And then for Jolene, we got just a regular, like, retractable dog hair brush. And we brush her out, and she comes real clean. She doesn't mat up. But I think in her bloodline, because I went up to the ranch we got her from to get our last load of hay. Got a great deal on it. anyways, I looked at her parents. They were laying out with the Dorper sheep in the field, and none of them had like that super long, shaggy fur that you would get with a Great Pyrenees, like where they take like this super massive amount of extensive grooming. So I think we got, yeah, she smells like chicken poop. She goes through the compost pile. She eats compost. I don't know why. It don't matter. But she lives outside 24/7. You know, we don't buy farm dogs for no reason. Some people are like, that's so cruel. How could you do that? She's out here rolling around in the snow steaming. That's this breed of dog. This breed of dog is built to be outside and live with its animals. It's not a city dog. She has no city in her. She hates being inside. She's got to be outside where she can watch everything. Huh, Joe? Joe? What are you watching, girl? She's intently watching. She's got her little front legs crossed over. Oh, there she goes. Oh, yeah. Feed time. Not really. They get fed regular kibble. They just like to root through the compost pile. Yeah, we're really happy with Joe. She's a good girl. What are you doing? Hey, you're undoing all my work. That doesn't matter. I got to turn the pile anyways. So we're actively composting for our garden also. And even in the coldest days, this is just absolutely steaming like crazy. It's steaming a lot. So I see 16 people in here and 5 likes. If you guys could hit that thumbs up, that would be super awesome. Really appreciate it. It's right down there. You can double tap the screen for the thumbs up if you like watching Joe dig through compost and make herself smell like goat poop and chicken poop and everything and rotten orchard grass. Same thing for hazelnut. If you like it, double tap. Hit that like. Now she's getting silly. Joe. Yeah, I think every farm with livestock needs to have at least one LGD. Thank you, chicken lady. Fiona loves the snow, but it's an inside dog since Frank passed. Oh, it's always hard when you have, multiples and they kind of become accustomed to each other. It's really, really tough. And, it's one of those things where, I don't know what I'll do when it's Hazel's time. I just hope I don't have to take her into the vet. That's like the hardest thing ever. I've had to do it. I mean, it's one of those things. It's part of being a responsible pet owner. But I just hope I go and she, find her one morning and, she's just curled up in her nice little ball. That's all I want. She's had a great life. She's got to hunt a lot of stuff. She's got to run around on this nice property. She's got to run around in the woods. Same thing for Otto. I just found out from the people that sired and he came from, that his dad's starting to have some crazy seizures, and I hope he doesn't have that genetic trait. He's AKC registered. He's got a great bloodline, but I'm just hoping that he doesn't start to seize up out of nowhere. So we stay in contact with all the people we get our animals from and people that get animals from us. We always like to see everybody be successful with their animals and their pets. We Hazel and Otto had a litter, I don't know, about 7 years ago. Great pups. Nice, well-built pups. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, it's playtime. That's how the dogs play. It looks terrible, but there they go. Yeah, there they go. It looks terrible and sounds terrible, but that little short hair keeps that big LGD in check. She's basically been her babysitter since she was a pup. Yeah, so coyotes, deer, nothing scares Jolene. She's like at the fence. She literally is always at the fence. Oh, there goes Otto. Crazy dogs. We'll let them do their thing. We'll come back over here to the tamer animals, so to speak. So a lot of people are under the misconception that pine is poisonous for goats. Now, I'm putting right out here that so there are pine species that are poisonous to goats. Lodgepole pine is not one of them. And you'll notice they're eating the bark. Why they're eating the bark, I don't know. They have plenty of minerals. They got great feed. Feed's tested. And they just like to eat bark. We went over to another family farm in the area that raises Nubians and Boers and mini Nubians and what they call Boobians, which are crosses of Boer and Nubian. And all their trees are ringed. All their goats are healthy. No issues over there, and they have twice the herd we got. These guys never have an issue. Now, I've heard, some old farmer tales that, the pine works as like a natural wormer. We're going to put that to the test because these guys are all going to get their clean herd test, and they're also going to get their fecal tests. And so we're going to be doing that this year. That way we can start farm direct selling milk. So we do need to have all of that stuff, brucellosis and all the other things. None of our animals have any issues. They're completely healthy. If you look at Ozzy, a lot of people see alpine goats and they see that deep body. And I was talking about it yesterday. They'll say that, oh, well, alpine, can look underweight. This goat is not underweight. I picked him up the other day. He's got to be a solid 150 pounds. and I handle him, and people are like, why would you pick up a goat that heavy? I want him handled. That's why. If I got to load him up in the bed of the truck to take him out, which he says, I like going bye-bye. Yeah. If I got to handle him, getting him on the stand, which isn't hard when you have treats, anything like that, I handle these goats. I handle Sharon, I handle Arabelle and Peppercorn. Peppercorn likes to be held. He's a big baby. Both of them are very docile. Arabelle. Really excited to see what her kids look like. You got your nice winter coat, girl. Yeah, you're a good girl. Just feeding away. You get bulked up. Peppercorn, definitely not. He's not starving. He never starves. He's always head first in the feeder. So, yeah, these goats, they're working over these trees pretty hard. I just think that they like the bark. But yeah, I've heard, Chicken Lady, that they really, really enjoy the pine. And so when we cut down the trees, we let them out. And literally, they hear the chainsaw start and they run straight for it. We'll get video of it. And, you'd think, oh, geez, the chainsaw is super loud and all this other stuff. When they hear a tree go down, they're on it. And they want to eat the green pine needles. And so it's like a big treat for them. And then they'll regurgitate out of the rumen to chew their cud. And it smells like pine saw. They'll be right in your face and it smells like pine saw. So, well, anyways, folks, I'm going to getting on, but I wanted to come on here live and share the farm with everybody and reconnect with a few of you. I really appreciate everybody stopping in this morning. We had a lot of people in here, and since I'm a professor, I'm going back to work tomorrow for winter term, and I won't be able to come on as frequently, but I'm going to do my best. Hopefully we'll be able to come back on and do a little bit more of the live streaming on the weekends. Hopefully the next time I come on, there's a nice blanket of snow here. We need it. It's wildfire prevention for us, living in kind of a dry mountain climate here. So we need snow. I need it bad. And so hopefully that comes this week and we get a lot of it and does all that. So thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Kirby, take care. Chicken Lady, take care. Thanks, everybody, for stopping in.